So I'm gonna make some roasted salsa tonight, and thank you for watching this video. This is Mariposa. Some of y'all have messaged me. We've become friends on Facebook, and you talk to me via message, which I love. So y'all know me as Emma. Anyway, I'm gonna make some roasted salsa tonight, and what I've done is I'm just gonna make a little bit. A lot of times I make a whole bit because my husband and my son eat so much. My son is leaving to the Navy, and my husband's telling me to bring it in. Make a little bit less salsa than I'm used to, but what I've got here before you is about 8 small Roma tomatoes, because that's all the grocery store allowed at that time. And of course it's January and it's not quite the time for there to be beautiful Romas. But anyway, we've got about 7 to 8 beautiful Romas that are nice and ripe. And I have a small yellow onion, and I put half of it in there, and I'm thinking I'm going to add a little bit more. So I cut the other one just to kind of see the proportions of onion versus tomato. And I'm telling you, you can make it however you want. You might be a big fan of onion, and you might want to put more onion in there, but I mean, I know how my family likes it. So at this point, I'm going just a little bit over a half of a medium yellow onion, a medium to small. Now, you might speak to some people that say you make salsa, you use white onion. Use whatever the flavor is, you know, that you like, and go from there. This happens to be something that is in the market right now, and I'm going with it, and it's been very good to my salsas, so I'm sticking with that. Now, I'm also using serrano pepper. So, you want to decide on what pepper you want to use. And a little hint here, when you're picking out your serranos, the pointier they are, the spicier they will be. So you've got to keep that in mind when you're making your salsa. If you're picking some very pointy serranos, you're going to have a very spicy salsa, especially also if you leave all the seeds intact and inside and you add them to your salsa. Now, if you want to use jalapeno, they're not quite as spicy as serrano, but certainly, you know, they're bigger, so they're going to also add that robust flavor. But again, it's up to you. What is that level of heat that you want? I know what my husband and my son like, and I'll be honest with you, I don't eat hot sauce. I can't take it. I'm allergic to it, whatever you want to call it. But I know that they like it hot, and I thought my tomatoes were going to produce a little bit more tomato, so I'm going to go with 4 tonight for this amount. I'm making roasted salsa tonight. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that I am going to place these underneath my broiler for 10 minutes. Maybe a little bit less, but I'm going to keep an eye on them. 10 minutes is a good norm for my oven. You know your oven's best, so you want to maybe give yourselves anywhere between 8 to 10 minutes and start monitoring after that. So we've got the Roma tomatoes on here. I've got some yellow onion, a little bit over half of a small to medium yellow onion. And I've added 4 serrano peppers. These actually feel kind of hot. I'm going to do a quick question real quick. Babe, do you want it hotter, or are you okay with the 4? Okay, he's okay with the 4. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some olive oil. And I'm going to add a little bit of kosher salt. So I'm going to add olive oil. Now, if you're not a fan of olive oil, any oil will do, but I'm trying to do the good thing and use some olive oil. Right now, this is a tablespoon. If it were more tomatoes, I might use a little bit more, but right now we're going to go with the tablespoon, and we're going to lightly drizzle over these beautiful veggies. All right. Okay, now I'm going to grab my teaspoon, and I'm going to add some kosher salt. You can use whatever salt you want, but I'm going to go with kosher because of the process of making this salsa and what it takes. So I'm going to use a teaspoon of kosher salt. Now, you might go, I'm not sure if that looks like it's enough. So what I also add is about half a teaspoon of garlic salt. Now on that note, you might say, well, why not use a little bit of garlic? Well, actually I do. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic right now. Okay, so now we're going to add some garlic. Now the thing about garlic when you're making salsa is that it has a tendency to really lend itself to the flavors the longer it sits in your jar or your bowl, whatever you decide to store it in. So for this amount, I'm going to add just a small clove, but it's important to get that clove of garlic in there and have it roasted with the rest of the flavors. Just because if you were standing here right now and you could smell the onion combined with the tomato, combined with the fresh serrano, and you know, the salt has a tendency to kind of ignite those flavors and kind of send that aroma up in the air, and including the olive oil. If you could smell all that right now, you'd be like, oh God, it really smells heavenly, including for myself. And again, I don't eat salsa. So I got this small garlic clove. Now again, this is probably more than I want because this garlic flavor goes a long way. So all of this that you're seeing here from a small garlic clove, I'm going to go ahead and just use that portion right there. And that is likely way more than enough. So that was half of a small garlic clove. Now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to place this underneath my broiler for 10 minutes, okay? Now again, because all of our ovens are different, you want to go ahead and set your timer for 8 to 10 minutes so we can monitor that. I've got my rack right underneath my broiler, and this goes right underneath, just like so. I'm setting my timer for 10 minutes, but I will be checking on it a little earlier. I'll tell you, sometimes it's perfect at 10 minutes. Sometimes I've got to get it out at 8. We can't, you know, weather, altitude, mood, wine, who knows why. Putting it at 10 minutes right now. Keep an eye at 8. I don't have my glasses on. I can't see what they are, so give me a... By the way, as a quick tidbit, I did take all my serrano stems out, but what I'm going to do is take my onion bits and, you know, tomato bits, and I'm going to put this in this bag. I keep this in the freezer. And what I've done, and I learned this by reading some article on the internet my husband told me to read. Anyway, what we're doing is we're saving all these tidbits now. And what I've done in the past, the green things you see there are green onion, and I'm saving all this stuff. And my last bag I had carrots and celery in there too. But we keep it in the freezer, and whenever I want to make a vegetable broth, oh my God, instant stuff with vegetable broth. So don't throw none of this away. And unless you're composting, great, compost. But if not, save it in a Ziploc in your freezer, and then when you want to make a vegetable broth, toss everything into a pot with some water, some salt, and make yourself a really nice fresh vegetable broth with no preservatives. You know, you control your sodium, and hey man, talk about recycling, right? I had my husband get the camera again because we're 4 minutes into this cooking, and even my dog is here walking around my feet because the aroma is amazing. It smells so good, and it's so simple. Tomatoes, onions, pepper, salt, a clove of garlic. The thing is that all of those aromas are coming out, which means that, imagine that in a hot sauce. I can only imagine because I don't eat it, but whoa, the reviews are great, so I can't wait for y'all to try it. Anyway, it's still cooking. Make sure that before, and maybe a one time during, that you toss it, by the way. And I apologize for not saying that earlier, but definitely you need to do that. And look at this. It's so awesome. I'm going to put it in the oven so it can finish its little 10-minute term, but definitely we want to make sure that you get that oil coated on there so it gets that nice roastedness. Okay, so now that when you've got all your vegetables cut, the onion, the oil, everything, garlic, make sure everything's combined. Make sure you have the right amount of oil, because I know I showed you a tablespoon oil earlier for what I had, but just make sure that if it's not enough to coat everything, that you add just a little bit more, and you toss it. Okay. Right? So, here it is. Now I know it looks kind of shrunk down a bit, but trust me, I mean, if you were standing here, and I can't wait for you to try this video, the aromas are so amazing. And as you can see, I'm using this spoon with holes in it. I don't even know what it's used for, probably pasta or something. You get a recipe and let me know. But I'm going to scoop everything in and put it into my little itty bitty blender here. By the way, YouTube is going to continue adding, you know, these advertisers to my videos and making their money, but they told me that they were going to stop giving me the little bit of money I make. It's like $100 a year off of these videos, which I know is not a lot, and I do this because, also because my husband taught me love to do this. But if you subscribe and have friends subscribe to my videos, then YouTube doesn't make all the money. And I'm just kind of putting it slowly all in there because I want to make sure I get every single roasted piece. And I know, as y'all could see, I had foil paper on my cookie sheet. Now I want to make sure I don't get any foil in there. So I'm adding it just kind of carefully here. Oh, I shouldn't do that, huh? I'm sorry. I like to listen to music while I'm cooking, and I'm sorry for anybody who, you know, wants to charge me for that. Now we've got everything in there, and it's time to kind of mix everything up, and you're going to see this beautiful roasted hot sauce color. So here it goes. You with me, babe?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick look at it. Oh, my God. Again, if you're a fan of hot sauce, wow, this is like, I'm going to get another utensil here real quick. Give me just a quick sec. I'm going to give it a quick stir, but oh my goodness, it smells, for one, amazing, but oh, hot stuff, man. I'm not talking about myself here. I'm talking about this hot sauce. Or you can talk about me if you want. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to have some fun. I was sick for too long, and I'm ready to have some fun. So I'm smelling this, and it's so hot, and you know I don't eat hot sauce or anything like that, but it smells so amazing. But I mean, wow, it's got that heat to it. But I am going to go ahead and try it for you right now on camera, because it's just too amazing not to taste. Nah, I'm just kidding. I can't do this. It smells so spicy, but I think what I'm going to do is allow my husband to do a quick taste test, because he is my official taste tester. And as you can see, there's his hand right there. There you go, hon. It's hot. And this, that was live. Okay. I'm laughing because I know this is going to be edited out. My husband was trying to give me signals to give him more, but I couldn't figure it out. But it's that good. And yes, you're going to have this different color from maybe the regular salsa that you're used to seeing. This is it. This is the way to go. I hope you tried this recipe. I hope you enjoy it. And please give me your feedback. I just want to let you know it's so good to be back cooking and to be healthy and to have hair again. The breast cancer experience was, just one of those things. But cooking above everything, right? Love to cook and cook with love. And if you have the chance, cook with some wine too, okay? I hope you all have a wonderful year. Thank you all for joining me tonight. All my love.